Hey guys, welcome back. So I was trying to debate what my next video should be about, what my third video should be about, and I think I've settled on a topic, or not a topic, but I think I've settled on something that I think is really important for people who have not yet been diagnosed, who are going through the diagnosis process, even for people who don't really know what's going on in their body. They know what they feel, but they don't know exactly what is going on. So what I decided to talk about today is symptoms. Okay, so it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what your skin color is. It doesn't matter. It all affects us the same. We all get symptoms. And it's all relatable, which is really great. There's so many support groups out there that that provide you with the opportunity to relate to other people, to spread awareness. There are so many opportunities nowadays in the world of internet and gosh, iPods and cell phones. The internet has kind of just blown up into this, you know, big, I don't even know what it is. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just such an amazing place, not just the internet, support groups, networking, places like Facebook, places like MySpace, Formspring, all of these places where we can turn to help us out a little bit. And that's totally okay. I think when people think of symptoms or diseases, they think that, well, if I have a disease, I need to keep my mouth shut and I can't tell anybody about it. Or I can't cry, or I can't scream, or I can't complain. And that's totally not the answer. I think if you are, whether you're newly diagnosed or you're a veteran, it's just like losing somebody. You're losing a part of yourself. You're losing that part of yourself that was so familiar to you for so long. And like I said, when you lose somebody, you go through stages, you go through steps to heal. You go through the grief, you go through anger, you go through acceptance. And I think in a lot of ways, dealing with a disease, whether it be autoimmune or, gosh, anything, cancer, anything, it's like you're losing a part of yourself. You're mourning the self that used to be healthy, that used to be able to ride bikes and exercise and fly on long plane rides. So I think it's important for everyone to know before I get started that being upset about being sick is okay. You're allowed to feel upset. You're allowed to be upset. People are upset for a lot less reasons. This is your life, and you need to take charge. You need to realize that it's okay sometimes to cry and to yell and to complain. That's totally normal. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're not I don't even know what the word to use, like you're not allowed to, or it's our God-given right to have freedom of speech and to do what we feel is right. And if you want to cry, then cry, but don't let it consume you. And I think that's the most important part. So like I said, symptoms are universal. Not everybody experiences the same symptoms. Not everybody can relate 100%, but everybody feels symptoms, whether you have, you know, a sprained ankle, or you have cancer, or in this case you have an autoimmune disease like lupus. Everyone has symptoms, and it's about figuring out what those symptoms are to help you in your recovery and your treatment. And yeah, it's important for you to know what's going on in your body, because if you realize one thing from any of my videos, it is that you need to take charge of your health. You need to be your own advocate, because doctors, let me tell you, will not be. You need to know what you feel in your body. You need to know what feels different, you need to know all of these things. So I think it's really important that, you know, grab a notebook, write your symptoms down, write down how you feel, and make sure you talk to your doctor. That's the most important. Never feel like a question is too stupid, or too, that a question's not worth it, because it's your life and you need to stand up for it, because if you don't, nobody will. So I'm going to talk about some of the symptoms that I experience. They may not be 100% alike, but they're what I deal with. So I've got a little notebook here, and I'm just going to go through everything quickly because I'm running out of time. I make this a two-part video depending on how much time I have. So my first symptom that I want to talk about is joint pain. Now, when I was 13 years old, I had, I would say, minor joint pain, mostly in my hands, my knuckles, arthritic pain. We didn't really think anything of it at the time. You know, I was 5'11", I think I was 5'9" or 5'10" by the time I was 13, and I guess everyone just thought they were growing pains, and, you know, that it would be okay. And it wasn't until I started to get a little bit older that I noticed, okay, this isn't growing pains anymore, this is something else. And it slowly progressed from my hands and my knuckles, and my fingers, to my knees, my ankles, my toes, my elbows, my jaw, what else? Yeah, those are pretty much the main joints that really bother me. And it was once that happened that I started to think, okay, maybe this isn't just growing pains anymore. Another symptom that I experience, it usually happens at night. My fingers start to swell really bad. I usually can't wear rings at night. I have to take my rings off. So so that's another big one. And I noticed too, with any kind of exertion, my hands do swell with any kind of exertion. So that's another thing. Now I'm going to exit this and I'm going to do a two-part so I can really get in depth. Okay? Talk to you soon.